Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Crypto Capital Investments where I analyze the crypto and share that with you. So, here back because there's a lot of bullshit right now in the markets, and I'm going to just provide my honest opinion about what's going on, what's gonna happen, and what I'm doing, right? So, the best moments that we can have in Bitcoin and crypto markets. um, we are in a really, an amazing price. When everything was at $60,000, everyone wanted like, hey, I'm gonna buy one that's at 20K for sure. I'm selling everything, which is what's happening right now. But there's, of course, as always, people that are afraid. So let's just jump into the analysis, what I'm thinking about, then which what's gonna happen in the long term, in the short term, and yeah. So let me see if this is actually going to pick up with me. The first thing, yes, erase everything, thank you. The first thing we're gonna do, of course, is okay, let's go global, right? First thing we're gonna do is to analyze the SPX, and going to actually take out all of this. Yes. All right, so we always gotta stop from the top. Let me actually see if I can have some in here, you guys. All right, so we are right now in the monthly chart, and let's see, we have, I can use one more indicator, which I'm going to use then the RSI. These are definitely the best indicators right now. I have, see, I have the 50, but this gotta be solid. I want this one to be solid too, and this have this one solid. All right. Now we have a better track of what's going on, where are the nice levels. Okay, so definitely by looking at the RSI, we can see in the monthly we are in a humongous divergence. Okay, and this is one of the things that could change the market for a long time. And not only here, okay, but also in Bitcoin in the monthly, you can see that we have a divergence, which means that, and this is the first time for Bitcoin in the monthly that we have a real divergence. That means that we could be, and we are right now at 42 in the other side, 42.02. In the other side here, we never went to 42. The other side here, we never was on 42. So this is the first time for Bitcoin to be at 42 RSI in the monthly, right? This is huge, guys. Of course, this is the first time we have came back to the previous top. Okay, so that's another big one, which means, okay, now that most likely we're going to go to the bottom side of this RSI. Now, in the intraday trading, so for example, if you go to the 4-hour, the strategy with the RSI is that the trend keeps the momentum. And let me actually get an example here. Maybe here, I think here is a shift. So you can see, and I'm actually going to put it here in lines. You can see that the trend keeps getting down until we find, for example, here we have a divergence. So divergences call the tops, but when we break the divergences, it's an additional leg to the upside, but at the end it's going to come down, right? Because there were already people selling here. Okay, so divergences are the ones who call the reversals when we are tapping one side, which will means that we will need an and the other side divergence, then counter that previous divergence, or we need to break a divergence to the uptrend, the upside here, then um, to just yes I forgot the name, um, just to not make valid this divergence, all right, which is going to be then the opposite. Okay, so we need one of these two. We need a counter divergence, or we need a break to the upside of the downtrend in the divergence. So that's the theory, and that is what we need to happen here. You can see in the RSI we do have a divergence, very clear. We can see that the RSI is following this divergence. So we need a break to the upside of this divergence, or we need an add and a divergence to the other side. One of those two, which I believe is going to be first break to the upside. Nevertheless, these are great prices, right? Always buying the RSI in the bottom, in the monthly, is a great price. And you can tell that here, each time the RSI is in the bottom, the SPXs have a great discount, so you can start accumulating. Relax. Of course, if it goes to the bottom of the monthly, it's like free money basically. As you can see here, it never happens that much. For example, in these 20 years of this new century, we have been only 2 times there, all right, here and here, which was then the best moments to buy, and that was at 751, and we can see that we went all the way to 4,000. All right, now so buying below the midline in the RSI in the monthly is a great price. All right, we can have only two scenarios in the monthly, or we um, just move to the upside, okay, or we get to the bottom side of the RSI, and that's then even better. So I start accumulating below the RSI. It's the best thing you can do, which is happening right now. So I personally, what I'm going to be doing, what I'm doing right now, is that I'm in the weekly. Now that the RSI of the monthly is here, I'm in the weekly, and I am starting to accumulate. For example, I right now have just placed some orders. I do got into some projects, but I'm going to start creating downtrends like this, and as soon there's a break to the upside, I'm going to accumulate more. So I'm working really hard then to get the capital to get then into the projects. That's basically my strategy. Real simple, real relaxed. I'm just doing my best, my job in my field, and I'm just investing the extras. So I am, if I have 410, $415, I round that to the tens, to each 10. So I put in those $5 into the investment strategy, which then if it goes back to zero, which is the mentality of an investor, if it goes to zero, it doesn't matter to me. If I have $526 in my bank account, I put then the different $6 then into the investment for any project or anything I want to do, and I always round the numbers back to multiples of tens. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my strategy. Really simple, guys. You're never going to know when it's going to be the bottom. You don't want to be catch missing the opportunity, right? So these are the big moments that we gotta take out in our hands. Now, definitely, this is not looking really good. We do have a divergence in the monthly, which is huge. We could be living here in the downside of the RSI for a long time, and that's just a possibility. I mean, it's not happened too much in this area, but you can see an accumulation in this area was actually pretty nice. So anything that is in below the RSI, the monthly, it's a good accumulation area. Gets above, well, it's at selling area. But yeah, as an investor, I never sell, I only accumulate. So that's what I'm doing right now. So the monthly RSI, that's what's happening right now. I'm just looking at this, I'm starting to accumulate. I do believe we're going to go below, but that's just my strategy. So how low could we go? Well, we do know, we can see that we have a huge support here. I mean, that's not, that's really clear. Now, as history tells, you can see this red line. We have never gone below that red line, only twice, and that was 100 years ago with Great Depression, and here with the war. Okay, and well, and here this is 1896. I'm not sure about what happened here, but yeah. So let's see. It's possible that we could go. So an scenario could be here, and this is going to match very well with yeah, with this. But we could go even lower to this support, and if we go lower, well, yes, basically to the lower side here. So these are my three worst scenarios. I don't believe we are going to ever go below here, because it's a second level even, which I believe the United States is not going to go that long. I mean, they are pretty hard worker. They are doing the things not the perfect way, but they do have it the right way, and they have a lot of investments in military. So definitely they're going to keep in the field of developing. But I do believe they need to get back to, you know, that American dream. That's a bullshit, man. That makes weak people, right? Just work, man. Just provide, and stop buying. Like, people want to have the biggest truck and the biggest houses and the biggest. That's bullshit, man. Just provide to the others. So these are my three scenarios. Basically, I'm starting to buy here, but I'm going to buy all the way to the bottom. It doesn't matter to me. Um, and yeah, this is going to be then the worst case scenario. um, and the other side, if it goes to the to the bottom side, definitely it's another great area to start accumulating. You can see here that when it goes to the bottom side, even breaking all of this, it went just to the bottom side, and it was like the best moment of your lives. So that's what you gotta do. Keep working, work really hard, be the best at your craft, and just provide the service and accumulate with the extras of your account, right? And try to spend as less as you can, right? You don't need the big truck, you don't need the fancy um, the fanciest t-shirt or shoes. You just need something to walk in, something to keep working, a hat to cover, and of course to keep stay healthy, do sports and enjoy life, right? But do not spend things that you just want to show off. That's really stupid, right? um, so that's with the SPX. The VIX, it's the one who calls the volatility, and we need the VIX to go below the 25th. I don't have it here. Yeah, I needed to go below this white line to start getting more calm. We're not yet there. Things are pretty intensive right now. Now with then let's see, with the USDT, definitely this is a chart that I love, and you know, put it in candles, you can see that this trend line have never been broke. Okay, never. And we are right now there, and this was a huge week. So once we were here in this area, started to accumulate, we are back down. I do believe we're going to stay here for a few time, but I don't believe USDT is going to be able to handle that too much. So I'm looking for the worst, or USDT is going to start buying crypto, or um, is going to just crash, because 9% of the market is a lot right now. So, but still, I'm just accumulating right now as much as I can, and yeah, it's a good moment to buy then crypto, because USDT it's just in this uptrend. Um, this trend just broke this trend line, which is my buy momentum. As you can see here, this is December 2018 best. This is 3K in Bitcoin 2018 December. Then here it's March 2020, and that's COVID, the best moment to buy. Bitcoin back at 3000. Then here it's September 2020, which was then the beginning of the bull market. That's what we got. So definitely buying close to this trend line, it's a good opportunity too. As you can see, there's a lot of things that are lined up here in the crypto market. I do not have yet the traditional markets lined up like that, but yeah, that's basically what's happening. Now that we have analyzed the global things, well, let's go then to Bitcoin. Bitcoin definitely it's in a very nice price. Is this the monthly? Oh my god. All right, look at this, guys. This is the monthly chart. This is the Bolly bands, okay? Bolly bands. And I call this the bottom. If you see this line in the bottom, we have never been outside the Bollinger Bands. Never, ever. But now, I mean, it's such a sell-off. It's really nice. It's a really nice price to buy it here. So 18,000 was the perfect price to buy it, because there was no more sellers. This indicates, let me show you what this means. Basically, this is the Bollinger Bands. So much people did misunderstand it, and there's actually no one who actually provide the right information about the Bollinger Bands. And I figure out this one because of this chart. So if you see here these two indicators, you can tell the relationship they have. So you can see that we are always green, and the Bollinger Bands and the price is above the midline, and we got below the midline, then we start getting red, right? Which means that there are more sellers than buyers. All right, okay. So, and when we get above, again we are having more buyers. All right, so that means that this indicator actually shows the amount of sellers, the amount of buyers, and if it gets above or outside of it, is because there are, for example, here there was no more buyers, no one else had money to buy it. Okay, it was overbought and there was no more money getting into. That's why then no one else could buy but only sellers, so that's why the price came back down. And basically also here there was no more buyers, but people were still buying more and more and more and more, even there was no more blood in the market. Now that's basically what means here. And and if this one got outside, there was no more sellers at 17K, there's no more sellers. That's huge. Okay, that's really huge. Yes, 17K is the bottom. I have never seen Bitcoin outside the Bollinger Bands in the lower area. This is amazing. This is fucking amazing. Wow. Wow. All right. Um, and you can tell here are the best selling moments, like the tip of the counter trend. The tip here, just getting out. It's always the best. I mean, if it's out, it's already a counter strategy that you gotta use. All right, so yeah, what I was saying. Man, I didn't know, I didn't recognize this one. Um, so let's get back to our RSI. So we are right now at the lower point of the RSI ever recorded at 42. All right, this is out of this world. Also, the top of the previous cycle never touched before also happened. So there's a lot of things that have never happened but are happening. So that's why I believe we're in an oversold market, and also because of the price of production. Here I do have an indicator. Let's see. It's going to be this one. Let me see if I can use yeah, I think I can. They let me. There you go. I think I gotta put this one in the daily. Yeah. So you can tell here, this is actually the price of production, which means this is the range of price where it costs to produce a Bitcoin. So the miners goes from a range of 20k, the best of the best, have a cost of 20k, the best miners, and the worst miners have a cost of 34k, 35. Okay, so miners are not going to sell losing money. There's no, they will prefer to just not sell and to sell it in losing, because and what's the idea of business? So at 17, 18k, they were actually losing money, and if it gets below here, this is a, I mean, we have never been here, only one time before. Who was it? It's here. Yeah. So we were having only one time before in these areas, and was with the COVID situation. We were all the way to this bottom, and the miners were selling in losing money. Okay, so each time we are in this red area is a very good price to start accumulating, because it's the actual cost of production of the moment of Bitcoin, right? Um, so you can see here we have a lot of data, and each time this happens, I mean, this is the halving, and then this to the downside is when the miners like had to trash all the miners that were not profit. That's what happened. Each cycles, that's what happened. Okay, so always buying that in this cloud, it's a good price. Um, so yeah, we are right now in a very good moment, definitely to start accumulating. All right. Right, so that's with Bitcoin. Now in the monthly Bitcoin, as I said, we have then this downtrend in the RSI, which we need to break. Okay, we get to the bottom of the RSI in the monthly. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that we have done, we can say that it's a good price to buy Bitcoin. Now in the altcoins, here are my projects that I have choose to accumulate in this cycle. Why? Because first of all, they're not showing a monthly divergence. Okay, for example, and let me show you some others that are pretty popular. For example, Cardano is showing a monthly divergence. You can see here it's going down, this one is going up, which means that actually big sellers were selling here in the top, and but not in this, sorry, not in these projects. Okay, these projects do not have these big divergences actually, which means in the basics of the technical analysis with the RSI, that there's going to be another higher high. All right, that's what it means for us, the technical analysis. So that's what it got here. These are the projects, and definitely also this marked, you can see this yellow box, that it's the area between the 90 and the 95% from the previous high. Okay, and this I call the golden box, because that have been in a big support in previous cycles, right? So when an altcoin comes all the way to here, there have been always an accumulation area in these percentages from the previous top. Then from there it goes to the upside. It's just history. And let me show you here what I have. So this is the best altcoin, of course, the Ethereum chart, and you can see in the previous cycle that we came back from the 90 to the 95 percentage, and those 4 months were the best moments to buy. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. The area of, let's see, of Ethereum, it will be here, so at 400 to 200, from 200 to 400. That's basically the 90-95 percentage. But I do not have it in my main cryptos that I'm going to accumulate, just because it have a divergence, okay, and a monthly divergence. And there was also a big fundamental things that broke Ethereum in the last cycle. It's that it was too expensive to buy anything. All right, it was just too expensive to do anything with Ethereum. They promised to resolve that, but they have not delivered. And it was promised to January this year. Nothing happened. So we are just waiting. In the meantime, then I have my projects that I'm starting to accumulate. I have Eve, and this is not financial advice. None of this, guys. Remember, this is just me sharing my ideas and sharing what I'm doing and trying to provide to the community. All right. So please leave the like button. That's all I need. And yeah, so I'm starting to accumulate. If you can see, there's no divergence. I'm right now in the 90-95 percentages. Now this is one of the strategies, right? Buying in the 90 to 95 percentages. That's most likely also because I'm starting to put those into staking and liquidity pools and all of that. But the main strategy is to have then the wicks remove, have, and in the monthly, that's the first move. In the monthly, we need a break to the upside of this downtrend. All right, here be a buy, and then after we break the first downtrend in the monthly, we're going to start working with the weekly to start then buying after this first, sorry, after this first break. The monthly going to be a little bull run, and there's going to be a comeback, but it's not going to show very well the pullback in the monthly. So I'm going to be looking after the first break to the upside of the monthly. I'm going to start working then with the weekly. I'm going to start accumulating then with the weekly. Once it breaks to the upside, accumulate, breaks to the upside, accumulate, and all of that for most likely 4 to 5 years. And then after we have this cycle, then we're gonna have a higher high. Most likely it's going to come retest, and this is another one, and then we are going to start accumulating more. Most likely going to be something like this, like this. So I'm going to be starting like, okay, at this range. Most likely I'm going to stop accumulating, only to start looking then for a momentum to sell. But yeah, then I'm going to be working the weekly in this area, and until we have a higher high from the previous high. Okay, but yeah, that's basically my strategy, and that's main idea. Okay, all right, so we have, if Bitcoin have the monthly divergence, but it's Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm putting it here. The Dogecoin, I believe, is in a big sale. It's in the back, prices back to the to 2017. I do know there's a lot of problems right now, fundamentally, but in the team. But let's see what's gonna happen. We are now with Doge. Doge is in the lowest ever, which is great. I do not have a divergence. Polkadot, hot, I believe on it because of what they're doing, of the idea behind, of that they have a product that actually works with this crypto. No one else have that. So ICP, I have seen so many things that are really weird, and I believe there's something special about the project. Um, Also very interested in the idea of using the torrent technology, but actually to provide money, and that's basically the whole idea of this blockchain thing. This is from the torrent technology, and we have Unisel, which is the exchange, the main exchange, decentralized exchange. Okay, we have BET, a big project from China, and I know it's not love, but it's money. Um, XLM and XRP definitely need this project. I mean, they have been working really hard against the regulations or with the regulators, and that's the way to go, right? And Silica have the best idea to improve the blockchain right now, which is the shred technology, which that's going to provide an faster um, way to make blockchain basically. But still a lot of things happening on that. Now, with the second layer of investment, these are the levels that I will put less money because of the divergence. Of course, if you have a good, for example, I did bought Atom and Link just because they are great projects, but both have in the monthly divergences, which I do not love. Right? I do not love that. That's why I have it in this layer of investments. These are all projects that have been providing made some sound, some noise in the cycle, but there's still another cycle to be proved, not only to the teams but also to the ideas. So that's why I have to have Cardano, Atom, AVAX, AX, um, Binance. It's showing me what's the divergence. Yeah, huge divergence here in Binance. So we will need to see what's gonna happen with that. um, Ethereum also divergence in the monthly. I'm sorry dudes, but that's what it is. Link, it should be a huge investment, but it's showing me a divergence and it's not delivering. I mean, I remember 2018 a lot of projects were ready with the roadmaps and saying like, yeah, in 2021 we're going to be ready, and we were like, okay, 4 years, nice, okay, they should be delivering. Now we don't have almost anything that have been delivered actually. So that's what's happening right now. Projects are not doing what they promise, and now we have new projects, of course. So these people just run out their money and start new projects, and that's the whole scam. So need to see on the TA, because the TA do provide the data to tell which projects are running away with money and which projects are not. Okay, and yeah, those are then the experimentals, and now I have the last layer, which are the new listed in Binance. Why Binance? Because I do think that Binance provides a layer of filter for good projects. At least they do something for me. I do not have to look into ICOs. I hate ICOs because they are all scams, right? They are not all scams, but most likely the ICOs are securities, right? So if you're going to buy an ICO, make sure it's not providing money to a team, but it's just an idea. For example, there's of course Bitcoin, Litecoin, those did not start with as fundraising, and there's some projects that have an ICO that have started without an ICO, um, but there's one actually comes to my mind. I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name, but well, um, these are then the ones that have been listed recently, and the mains in the top are the ones that I keep the closest. For example, Moon River, it's very interesting, especially because of the amount of supply. If you're looking for a perk with a really low supply, I definitely am looking for Moon River because it is I mean, if it's doing something right, it's gonna explode. I mean, it should be really cheap right now if it's going to, if you're doing something right. So let's take you. Now the name is not my favorite. I do not like this. It have a graph. That's so nice. So the supply is only 4 millions. 10 millions is the total supply. That's very nice, but we gotta follow what they're doing. Moonbeam, they changed their name. Moonbeam Network, Moon River. I don't like when they're changing names. And working with Kusuma, it's not looking completely as a scam. So this will be one of the biggest, most likely will throw something into it, all right? At least, yeah, something. Definitely, okay, this is nice. All right, so this is the weekly, and we can see that we are in a divergence right now, technically we're in a divergence. We can see that this one is going up and this one is going down. Enough. Interesting enough. Okay, so if Moon River is doing something and there's fundamentals, this is really nice. Now I will use the Heishi Ashi to then look for a reversal. The first candle that will have 2 weeks, okay, weeks to the upside, weeks to the downside, or a green one, the first one is the buying opportunity for me, right? For me, just because of the small supply, just because of um, that it's, I mean, it's not looking that much as a scam. Documentation, let's take a look at it. Start building, river resources documentation, start building. Brain nodes, I like that. You need to know about running a node on Moonbeam, river, later, sectors, river. Okay, this is interesting. It's not looking very much as a scam. I don't like when they're showing too much. I'm trying to look for what's different. What are they offering? I mean, they're working on their thing, on their shit. but what is the different thing? Where's the white paper? Bim is the first name. So Moonbeam was the first one, Moon River is the second one. It's an utility token. Okay, this is one that I will keep a close eye on it. Close eye on it. This is one I will keep a close eye on it. Alright, so this is my last layer. Then I do have some other perks. For example, this one is not showing the divergence I showed before. So yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to grab this one up because I'm going to share this with my friends. So that's basically the strategy, guys. Just keep calm, keep accumulating, do your own work. I mean, do the best as you can at your craft, provide a service to the community, and then when you get the money back, just put the amount that you're going to use for investment, that little amount, just round the numbers back to multiple of tens, put that money away. Make sure you're going to mindset yourself that I'm going to lose that money, and put it in projects that are providing good value, throwing good indicators that are showing good momentum to buy. Try only to use the monthly and the weekly. Do not try to get into the daily or 4 hours because it's useless. All right, it's useless. And trust the downtrends. Okay, trust the downtrends. Just take away this wicks, put an line to the downtrend, and when it breaks, that is the buying momentum. Right? If it's not breaking, don't buy. That's it. So every Sunday when the weekly candle close, you just get back at 8 p.m. like, all right, let's check. All right, this one broke. Okay, I have 4 that broke and an uptrend. From this one, what I have accumulated so far, I'm gonna put it here, 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 and here. There you go. And you lose your mind. Do not get back into crypto. Do not keep watching the charts. Just to keep working, guys. Keep providing the service to the community and accumulate. All right. So that's going to be basically it. Definitely the market's looking really good right now. I do not believe we're going to go up right now, and most likely we're going to stay around this area for at least 3 months. So just chill, and chill. All right. Okay, guys. Well, then hope this was useful to anyone. Definitely just wanted to share with everyone that's saying that we're going to zero. We are not going to zero. And yeah, enjoy life. Okay. All right, guys. Bye bye.